This story takes place in the state of New South Wales. This is the most populous state with the highest level of industrial and urban development in Australia. The city of Sydney in New South Wales is the largest and most populous city in Australia. This city boasts a strong financial and tourism industry. In this most beautiful city in the Southern Hemisphere, a horrific crime once occurred involving domestic violence and coercive control, fully brought to light through an inquest in March 2025. The beginning of the incident. The story begins on a day in October 2023. October 25, 2023 was a Wednesday. Late in the evening, the sky was full of gloomy clouds. The faint moonlight pierced through the cloud gaps, shining down on the ground. Around 11 p.m. to midnight, the emergency hotline staff in Sydney were on night shift. Nighttime crime reports were relatively few, not too busy. At that moment, the phone rang. The mysterious crime report call. The caller was a male, sounding about 20 years old. He reported discovering a body at St. Andrew's Cathedral School. When the operator asked for more details, the caller hung up. The man's voice showed no panic or fear, so the operator thought it was a malicious prank. Such incidents weren't rare. However, since it involved a human life, the operator still notified the police. This call was later confirmed to be from the perpetrator, with a calm and highly calculated tone. Police arrived at the scene. The police immediately dispatched officers to St. Andrew's Cathedral School. This is a comprehensive school from kindergarten to high school. Full name, St. Andrew's Cathedral School, established in 1885, located in Sydney's bustling Central Business District, one of the city's oldest schools. In the early morning, the police arrived. After a few hours of searching, as dawn broke, they made a discovery. Discovering the body. In the disabled restroom of the school's sports gym, they found a woman around 20 years old lying motionless on the cold floor. Her forehead and head had severe wounds from being struck multiple times, surrounded by a large pool of blood. Her beautiful blonde hair was disheveled, partially dyed dark red. Through forensic examination, the victim died around 7:08 p.m. on October 25 from being bludgeoned in the head over 20 times with a blunt object, a hammer. She faced the killer during the attack, and there were no strong signs of self-defense, suggesting she may have been caught off guard. Sealing the scene, the information from the anonymous call was verified. After the discovery, the entire sports gym was sealed off, with more criminal investigators arriving at the scene. The whole school was temporarily closed, no outsiders allowed in or out. The perpetrator might still be in the school, and this measure prevented escape and facilitated the investigation. Notification to parents. The school administration notified all parents. The school would suspend classes for 2 days, but scheduled exams would proceed as normal at the school. The police would ensure student safety. The school emphasized that the police were investigating on site, with no evidence found linking students to the incident, and urged parents to remain calm. Starting the investigation. Meanwhile, the police urgently investigated. They reviewed surveillance footage around the gym. Upon examination, they discovered the footage showed the victim entering the gym restroom around 7 p.m. on October 25, followed by a male. The two entered the restroom one after another. An hour later, The male exited alone, holding an object resembling a hammer. Due to the darkness, the camera angle wasn't directly facing the restroom, so only a blurry silhouette was captured. The 2025 inquest revealed that the perpetrator had placed a cleaning in progress sign to lure the victim into the specific restroom. Suspect characteristics. From the silhouette, this male didn't resemble a student, but more like school staff. He might have known the victim. Checks showed that by late afternoon that day, students had all gone home, with only some staff remaining at school. The gym duty teachers became initial suspects. Eliminating suspicions. The police interrogated them individually. One reported seeing a male exiting the gym restroom in the late afternoon, but from a distance couldn't see the face clearly. Through footage, it was proven that the gym staff didn't leave their positions, so they were cleared of suspicion. Identifying the victim. Based on statements from several staff, the victim's identity was confirmed. She was the school's part-time water polo coach named Lilie James, also known as Lilie James. The police contacted Lilie's family for body identification. Lilie James's background. After confirmation, the police investigated Lilie's social connections. Lilie was born around May 2002 and died at age 21, a talented athlete and coach. She participated in sports competitions and achieved good results during her school years, including swimming and water polo awards. Lilie graduated from Danbank in 2020 and studied sports business at the University of Technology, Sydney, UTS, with broad social skills and excellent business abilities. Lilie's career. In the eyes of friends, Lilie excelled in any field. As a student, she worked as a part-time water polo coach at St. Andrew's Cathedral School for 3 years. She had a unique teaching method, using her passion and knowledge of sports to guide students to perform their best in competitions. Work style. Lyle emphasized teamwork, caring for each student's physical and mental health. Thanks to her patience and concern, students developed cooperation and resilience, achieving good results in competitions. Colleagues at the gym rated her positively, an easygoing coworker and outstanding coach. Lyle's family. Lyle lived with her family in Sans Souci, south of Sydney. On the day of the murder, she didn't return home on time, worrying her parents. After failing to contact her, they reported it. The hotline operator reassured them that adults sometimes stay out overnight, and if worried, they could go to the police station to report a missing person for investigation. Missing person report. Intuition told the couple their daughter was in trouble. That evening, they went to the police station to report her missing. The next morning, they received a call from the police informing them of their daughter's body found at the school. Upon seeing Lilie, the parents cried uncontrollably, in immense grief. But they tried to stay calm, cooperating with the investigation to bring the perpetrator to justice. Information from the family. Lilie's parents told the police that about 5 weeks earlier, their daughter had started dating a male colleague named Paul at St. Andrew's Cathedral School. But a few days before, Lilie suggested breaking up because she felt unsafe and Paul's behavior made her weirded out. Uncomfortable, strange. The breakup seemed contentious. Lilie was once upset, but later stabilized. The inquest revealed Lilie had told friends that Paul made her feel controlled, and she decided to end it after attending a friend's 21st birthday party, where she realized the relationship was unhealthy. Searching for Paul. The police went to Paul Tyson's home but didn't find him. Neighbors hadn't seen him either. The police considered Paul highly suspicious, possibly on the run. Comparing footage showed that the male following Lyle into the restroom that night was Paul. Paul Tyson's background. Now, the police's focus was to find Paul quickly. Paul's full name is Paul Tyson, 24 years old, Dutch national. He was the hockey coach at St. Andrew's Cathedral School. Paul attended high school at this very school in 2015 to 2017, serving as sports captain. After high school graduation, he returned to the Netherlands for university. The 2025 inquest revealed Paul had falsified visa documents to stay in Australia, third working holiday visa, and had a history of mental health issues. Paul's career. In 2020, Paul graduated from university and returned to Australia, working as a cricket and hockey coach at his old school. Paul and Lilie both taught at the gym, often collaborating. Proximity led to affection. About 5 weeks earlier, Paul confessed to Lilie. Perhaps they had feelings beforehand, so dating came naturally. Their romance attracted attention at school, becoming a beautiful sight. Both had outstanding appearances and talents, seen as a talented pair. Due to their intimacy, the classes they taught interacted more closely, with students building deep friendships. School's reaction. The school administration knew about the romance, hoping for the young couple's future, believing it would positively influence the school. Paul and Lilie's relationship seemed to become a symbol of positive energy on campus. The secret breakup. However, few knew Paul and Lilie had broken up a few days earlier. When most people mentioned their sweet love, those in the know gave a completely different answer. They said they were close friends of Lilie, often sharing life's joys and sorrows. Sudden change. Previously, they supported Lilie and Paul's relationship, because when together, Lilie was sweet as if immersed in honey. Then one workday last week, everything changed. The impression of Paul was always polite and gentle with his girlfriend, but the truth often hides behind a glamorous exterior. Discovering controlling behavior. By chance, Lilie realized Paul had stalking and controlling behavior, making her feel unsafe. Lilie didn't confront him on the spot, but decided to break up. At home, Lilie suggested breaking up with Paul. He seemed unwilling to accept it, so he actively persuaded her. The inquest revealed Paul stalked Lilie after the breakup, driving to her house 7 times in 3 days, and had a similar history with an ex-girlfriend by hacking Snapchat, punching objects in anger. Paul's pleas. Paul cried, insisting nothing was wrong, and begged Lilie not to break up. Despite Paul's solemn vows to convince her, she remained firm, saying she needed to end it because she felt uncomfortable with his behavior. Lilie's pain. That night, Lilie tossed and turned, unable to sleep, inviting friends to confide. During the conversation, friends saw Lilie's eyes red and face full of tears. They knew Lilie was heartbroken and disappointed by Paul's controlling behavior, but she seemed to have decided how to face this relationship. Breakup decision. Lilie wasn't indecisive. After a night of thinking, she resolutely broke up with no compromise. Lilie told friends she didn't want to waste time on someone who didn't respect personal boundaries. Aftermath of the breakup. Friends unconditionally supported Lilie's decision. Better short pain than long suffering. Ending it now was wise. Though enduring the pain of emotional breakup, It also helped Lilie take the first step to restart her life. Request for confidentiality. After the murder, friends learned Lilie was killed, saw people praising the couple's relationship, affecting police judgment. So they decided to come forward to reveal Paul's true face, seeking justice for Lilie. But for Lilie's reputation, they hoped the police wouldn't publicize the details of the controlling behavior leading to the breakup and then the murder. Opinions from Paul's friends. Paul's friends, when interrogated, gave opinions. They said they heard about Paul's relationship difficulties, but they didn't immediately believe Paul killed Lilie. According to them, Paul might have mental issues, but evidence was needed. However, the inquest showed Paul's parents refused to accept their son's actions, even shutting out, ignoring the truth about the case. Contradictory statements. Later, some statements revealed Paul had a history of controlling behavior with ex-girlfriends, like stalking via social media and potential violent actions, including hacking accounts and expressing anger by punching surrounding objects. Suspicion about Paul. The police suspected Paul due to his stalking history and following Lilie after the breakup, driving to her house multiple times. Reasons for suspicion. The police believed Paul lost control after being dumped, leading to extreme actions. The inquest confirmed Paul hated Lilie for rejecting him and saw her as a threat to his perfect image. New discovery from camera. Meanwhile, the police worked overtime reviewing more footage, making new discoveries. Camera showed Paul driving to Diamond Bay Reserve in Vaucluse at 8:47 p.m. on the night of the murder, about an hour after Lilie was killed. The inquest released CCTV footage showing Paul rehearsing the attack a few hours earlier, testing the hammer in the restroom. Suspicious actions. From 8:47 to 9:45 p.m., someone saw Paul walking on a deserted road, throwing a heavy object into a roadside trash bin, making a crisp, metallic, clanging sound in the quiet night. Paul also threw Lilie's phone and his own into the cliff to conceal them. Finding the murder weapon. Based on witness clues, the police investigated that road. Indeed, in the roadside trash bin, they found a blood-stained hammer. Through forensic identification, the blood on the hammer belonged to Lilie. This hammer was confirmed as the murder weapon, taken from Paul's roommate's toolbox. Tracking Paul. Street cameras showed that in the following 2 hours, Paul sat in a street corner, occasionally taking out his phone. Near midnight, he held the phone to his ear as if calling someone, but quickly hung up and drove away. Paul also used Lilie's phone to text her father, asking him to pick her up to mislead. Connection to the anonymous call. Notably, the emergency hotline received the anonymous call at this time. Through tracing, the call location matched where Paul was. The vehicle the male in the camera drove via license plate was traced to a local rental company near Paul's home. Preparation before the murder. Accordingly, Paul rented the car on Wednesday morning, driving to school for work. Meanwhile, he took the hammer from his roommate's toolbox. The police found similar hammers in the school storage, but Paul had rehearsed the attack multiple times on camera, including dry runs, non-execution trials to choose the location. Premeditated plan. The police believe this was a premeditated murder. Paul fully prepared the weapon, knowing he needed a car to escape after the murder, so he rented it in advance. The inquest confirmed this wasn't impulsive violence, but a calculated, calm, and intentional act. Arrest warrant. At this point, the police had sufficient evidence Paul Fisson suspected of killing his ex-girlfriend Lilie James. The police issued a nationwide arrest warrant, determined to bring Paul to justice. Finding the rental car. Through technology, the police traced the anonymous phone Paul used. They found Paul's rental car in the parking lot at Diamond Bay Reserve, Vaucluse. The police immediately searched the area. Discovering the abandoned backpack. As a result, near the parking lot, they found an abandoned backpack. Based on documents inside, it was confirmed to belong to Paul Empel, containing gifts from an ex-girlfriend and personal items. Diamond Bay is a majestic cliff facing the Pacific Ocean with treacherous terrain, once the site of many suicides. Search at Diamond Bay. Determining Paul had left personal items here, the police narrowed the search to Diamond Bay. Due to the hazardous terrain, where tourists had fallen to their deaths, the police searched carefully, slowing progress. Suspicion of tactics. The police once suspected Paul used this to divert attention, drawing forces to buy time to flee elsewhere, concealing his whereabouts. Continuing the search. Sunlight pierced through clouds, shimmering on the sea surface. The search team had been active all day at Diamond Bay. As dusk fell, people lost faith in this clue. But looking at the vast sea under the sunset glow, enveloping the coast in a solemn atmosphere, the search team leader had a strong intuition. Search commitment. He promised the team to search one more day. If nothing by noon the next day, they would reorganize clues and look for other places Paul might hide. Discovering Paul's body. Finally, on the morning of October 27th, the sea surface gradually brightened, the rising sun illuminating the ocean. The search leader spotted an anomaly on the cliff. He leaned over, waves crashing relentlessly. Then he saw a person in the waves at the cliff's base. Body recovery. The search team lacked equipment to descend, so they notified rescue support. Diamond Bay often had cliff falls, so the rescue team was experienced. Amid the crashing waves, engine sounds rang out. Large rotor blades cut through the wind. The helicopter slowly ascended, heading toward the sea near the cliff. Rescue operation. Several rescue members wore waterproof gear. In rock crevices, they found traces. The body was swollen from soaking, hard to identify immediately. At noon, rescuers carefully secured the victim to a stretcher basket, using helicopter cables to slowly pull up, bringing it to a safe, flat area. Identity confirmation. Police waiting nearby immediately checked the victim drowned, dead for over 24 hours. Through accessories, features, and DNA comparison, it was confirmed as the wanted suspect, Paul. Paul's end. Based on clues, Paul went to Diamond Bay alone to commit suicide. This place is only 8 kilometers from where Lilie was killed. According to the investigation, weeks earlier, Paul had taken Lilie to a similar area. This discovery sent chills down spines. Reconstructing the incident. Combining evidence and clues, the police reconstructed the entire event. Paul had a history of mental issues and control in relationships. The two were once a loving couple, but Lyle discovered stalking and controlling behavior, leading to the breakup proposal, enraging Paul. Murder motive. After multiple failed pleas for reconciliation, he planned the murder. After thorough preparation, he acted, then ended himself at a pre-chosen location. The inquest confirmed the motive as coercive control and violent masculinity. Paul hated Lyle for not being controllable, seeing the killing as a way to regain power. Reaction from Lilie's family. After learning of Paul's death, Lilie's family said Lilie was full of life, outgoing, loved by family and friends. They said the police investigation continued and they wouldn't comment further on the case. Lilie's family participated in the inquest to seek justice, emphasizing the case as a typical example of domestic violence. Remembering Lilie. Lilie's friends and students posted condolences on social media. People placed flowers at St. Andrew's Cathedral School and a temporary memorial at Lilie's home. A candlelight vigil was held in Sans Souci on October 28, 2023. Lilie is remembered as the 46th woman killed in Australia in 2023, according to Counting Dead Women Australia statistics. School announcement. The principal of St. Andrew's Cathedral School sent a letter to parents. The police said the murder was unpredictable and the school wouldn't sink into the shadow of the incident. After the murder, the gym is for students only, the gym restroom planned for demolition. The school library became a temporary psychological counseling center, serving students or teachers needing help. Case conclusion. Here, the case closes. An official inquest was conducted in March 2025 at the New South Wales Coroner's Court, confirming details and emphasizing coercive control, raising awareness of domestic violence in Australia. Psychological analysis. Regarding the case, Australian forensic psychologists like Tim Watson-Monro believe Paul was a mental patient with personality disorder signs. His actions weren't impulsive violence, but planned crime with clear intent. When holding the hammer, he knew exactly what he was doing, even the time, place, and target of the killing, with high calmness and calculation. Behavioral characteristics. He believed Paul's pre-murder planning, actions during the killing, and post-murder behavior fit the pattern of mental patients. Since the girlfriend was killed right after the breakup, the incident was abnormal. The psychologist believed Paul lacked security, wanting to take initiative in emotions with strong control desires, leading to a disturbing portrait of coercive control and violent masculinity. Control in relationships. This type of patient often controls partners emotionally, physically, financially. Lilie's delay in reporting to police and others further confirmed the psychologist's guess. Thus, when the relationship broke, Paul planned the murder. The inquest saw the case as a chilling red flag checklist, a terrifying warning signs list, about coercive control, expert advice. The psychologist said the case greatly impacted Lilie and society, hoping people pay attention to similar issues through this, calling for recognizing and timely ending unhealthy romantic relationships, while supporting anti-coercive control laws in Australia. Lilie's funeral. On November 17, 2023, Lilie's funeral was held at Dane Bank School, where she once studied. The St. Andrew's Cathedral School Band participated. Everyone gave their final farewell to her